Today I'm going to show how I wet form my holsters. This one has been fully stitched. As you can see, it is a flat back. It doesn't look very flat right now, but that's what it's referred to as flat back, because the back will be essentially like this when it's done, flat to the hip, whereas this side is going to have a pillow or relief for the gun. Today I'm working on a Desert Eagle, full-size 50 cal style, or 44 mag, same size. This is a Gen 3 model, which most people seem to have. You can see I have affixed a dowel to the top. That's because these have a very tall front sight, and I ran into an issue with a handful of orders where they were too snug on that top sight and really marring the inside of the holster, so I decided to go with a big dowel. So I'm going to take this in, get it wet. Run in the hot water tap, but I'm not going to let it get too hot. Really, you can use cold water even if you want to. It will just take a little bit longer to saturate into the leather, and it'll take a little bit longer to dry. Not much. Generally, the warmer water just kind of works faster. I'll start by wetting the outside. Takes a little bit longer for the water to get in from the outside. It's getting kind of hot, so I'm going to turn that down. Making sure to get into the trigger guard, because those are the tough spots. Soaking it pretty good. You may see some dye starting to come out. That's okay. If anything, that's actually kind of a good thing, because that means it won't wind up on your clothing. But usually this brown dye doesn't bleed too bad really at all. Okay, so now you can see it's real shiny. I'm going to kind of wait till some of that soaks into the leather. And here we are. You can almost watch it. You can bend it around a little bit and watch the water soak into the leather. It's kind of fun. So, let me see if I can set you down here. Not very well. Okay. So, make sure that all the corners have the adhesive kind of picked up. Get your fingers in there, whatever you need to do. And then basically just gently work it in. And this one is a pretty snug fitting holster. Honestly, the more snug, the better. It will create a better fit long term, and it will retain better. If you can get your prep work done with your dowels ahead of time, having a snug fit with dowels is going to be the best way for your holster to maintain good retention over the long haul. Alright, and this one is set up to where the sight fits just inside the leather, protected a little bit. I want to be about flush with the bottom. Let me go just a little further. And there we go. So this is kind of step one of wet forming. I'm going to wait for this thing to partially dry. So in this case, the leather is very soft at the moment. You can see I can push it with my thumb. It basically comes back. You'll need to wait until it can hold a form. So maybe at 65 or 70 degrees in a room, you'll want to wait about half a day, maybe a full day, before you get out your spoon and actually start forming the shape. I'm going to end up doing a line here and here for the chamber, kind of like this little groove here. I'll add the lines just for detail. And of course the retention on these, since there is no retainer, most of the retention is right here on the trigger guard. So I want to make sure and put a good solid indent here, and then, you know, something on the back as well so that it's on both sides. So that's step one of wet forming. If I'm good, I'll come back and do a video of step two.